Hi all. So we are going to discuss our MuleSoft real-time project on payment module. So first we'll understand what all things we are going to do and then we'll do detailed discussion. So our first task will be requirement gathering and we'll create functional design document. Okay. Now based on this requirement we will create Jira story. Okay, and we'll assign this Jira story to different participants. Okay, and then once they will get Jira story, based on that they will do development. So what all things we will follow? So first we'll create repository for your project. So what we will do, we will create one Git server, then in Git server we'll create one Git repo. Okay, and we'll sync that Git repo with all the participants. Okay, so I will tell you steps how to do, like how we will create Git account, and then how we can create organization there, then how we can create repository there, and then how we can clone that repository in our local. So we are going to use one software, that is Git Desktop. That is very helpful. You can avoid that Git command. You will have very good interface there. Okay, so once Jira story will be created, Jira story will be assigned, we will create Git repository and we'll start our development. So first, if you go for any API development, first step will be create YAML file. Okay, so we'll go to Anypoint Design Center, we'll create YAML there, then we will do development. So using this YAML we will create project and we will be synced our project with this clone repository. Okay, now in development we will follow all the best practice, project best practice, and we'll do development. Once we will complete our development, we will do local testing, and once we will complete local testing, we will do unit testing. Okay, so all kind of testing we are going to see. Now once we will complete our development and testing, our next step will be code checking. Okay, so we'll do code checking and then we will learn how after code checking we can introduce CI/CD, which can help us for continuous integration, continuous delivery. Okay, so what will happen once we will do code checking? Automatically that code will be picked by CI/CD pipeline. You can create that CI/CD pipeline using Jenkins, and we have much more option we can use. Okay, and at the end we will see Mule deployment model. Okay, so what is Mule deployment model? So if you see in Mule, we have different kind of deployment model. First one is on-premise model, second one is cloud hub model, and we have RTF model also, and then hybrid model also. So all model has different you can say aspect and different scenario where we can use, or we can have different business, or you can say like your customer, they will have different kind of requirement. Based on that we will select deployment model. So whenever you will discuss about Mule deployment model, two things you need to be considered, that is runtime plane and another one is management plane. Okay, so what is runtime plane? So runtime plane means where our Mule application will run. Okay, and what is management plane? Management plane means from where we will manage our deployed application. Okay, so based on these two, runtime plane and management plane, our deployment model differs. Okay, so all those things we are going to cover. This is just high level overview of what all things we are going to do. Now what I will do, I will show you our high level overview design document. Okay, and we'll do one discussion on top of that, and then I will show you that project what I already developed, and at the end of this session you will also be developed in your system. Okay, so let's start with this project overview document. Okay, so at the end of this session you all will receive all this document where I have project overview. Then for each API we have separate document, so you will receive all those things. So let's go to this project overview. So let me open this. Okay, so first we'll see. So in project development, what all steps we are going to follow, what I already explained, like we will understand requirement, then we'll create RAML, then we will develop API using RAML file, and then we'll do testing, then unit testing, and then we'll do code checking. And after that, what all steps will be there, we will explain, we will discuss. Okay, so first objective of this exercise. So here we want to simulate a real world scenario where a solution architect document will be handed down to the development team to build a implementation. So what I told here, understand requirement. So what will happen, like once your architect will discuss with your client, they will take requirement and then they will hand over you functional design document, or that can be Jira story also. So based on that, like you will understand real world scenario and you will understand the requirement, and then based on that you will do development and all. Now make use of MuleSoft out of box capability as much as possible. So in MuleSoft we have too many things, like MuleSoft is a very strong tool which provide you too many components which we can use to automate our process, or we can do our development very faster. Okay, so we should use all the out of box capability. Okay, so we should have knowledge whenever we go for development, we should have knowledge of all the out of box capability. Include previous best practice experience when coming out with this solution. So what they are saying here, like we should have our previous best practice experience. Like for example, I am working in any other project, so here we are following some best practice and all. So you should consider, if you have something like which is more appropriate or which can make your project more efficient, then we should follow this, our previous experience. Make use of Design Center to create RAML. So in Anypoint platform we will create account, we'll develop our RAML. Okay, so let me show you. So if you go to Anypoint platforms, so first we will create account. So I will tell you all these steps when we will discuss in detail. So how to create account, and then we have this Design Center. So in Design Center we can create RAML. So if you see here, I already completed this entire project development, so I have all the RAML. So here we have this payment system API, payment backup system API. This one is not required, so this one I created for backup purpose. So this one is payment system API, external gateway payment system API. So these all are RAML. Then we for process API, payment process API, payment scheduler process API. Then for experience API we have two, payment XP API, payment scheduler XP API. Okay, in this way we have created all the RAML for different API. So total we are going to develop 8 API. Okay, but few API inside one project, so that's why we have created only, for example, this one, payments API. So this payments API RAML contain 3 API. Okay, so it's not necessary like for one API you will develop only one RAML file. Okay, so this RAML file generally we create based on our project. Okay, so in this payments system API project we are going to create 3 API. So this RAML will contain 3 API RAML. Okay, so if you see here, let me open this, it's taking time. here you can see payment post. Okay, this one is our first API, then payment get second API, and then payment references get third API. Okay, now organize and create the mule project based on the business scenario and solution described in the document. So whatever document you will get in as a functional design document, so based on that you will do development and all. Create mule message flow, make use of mule component connector. So when we will do development, we will use message flow, we will use component, we will use connectors, everything we will use, and based using all those component we will complete our project. Once we will develop our project, first we will do local testing, and that we will do using Postman. And once we will complete our local testing, we will do MUnit testing. Okay, so MUnit test is created to test each of the possible scenario. Then test script create to test. Okay, so like we have many software, using that you can create test script and you can test your application. So we are going to use Postman. Okay, or we have SOAP UI, other tool also we have, but we are going to use this Postman. Demo the working example. So once you will complete your development and testing, then you will demo your entire development, like if it's working fine or not. Extend and enhance your application in real time. Okay, so that we will do. So next what we will see, in this business scenario we have our client, that is Alpha Insurance, is a startup company providing a platform to buy electronic device insurance across the world. Okay, so you can buy any electronic device insurance in this Alpha Insurance. So they will provide some platform. It can be web application, it can be mobile application. Okay, next, this platform will enable customer to see available insurance for different electronic device, and customer can buy insurance. Okay, so for example you have mobile device. Now this company Alpha Insurance has tie-up with different insurance provider. Okay, so this Alpha Insurance will show you price of different insurance provider. You will select best suitable insurance for your device. Okay, and then you will go for payment. Okay, so when this platform will connect to the respective insurance provider and will search their insurance plan and will show it to customer. I already explained this part. Okay, now we'll understand what exactly which module we are going to develop in this entire flow. So first, web and mobile application select. So once you will go to this Alpha Insurance web or mobile application, you will select your device, then you will get multiple plans, you will select any plan, then you will go to order checkout option, and then once you will fill your details, then it will ask for checkout, means payment option. Okay, so in payment you can see we have two kind of payment. One is online payment, another one is UPI payment. So online payment means you will use your credit card, debit card or net banking to do payment, and they have another payment option also, that is UPI payment. That one is very faster payment, you can say, and here you need not require to provide your credit card, debit card detail. You will just scan the barcode and using your mobile device you can do payment. Okay, so once you will select this UPI payment option, you will redirect to payment gateway website. Okay, and there you will scan the barcode, and once they will receive payment, they will redirect you to our this web application in order page. Okay, now once they receive payment and they will redirect to this order page. After reaching to this order page, you will able to see your order status completed or pending. Okay, so how this status will come status is pending, or how status will come completed? In backend there will be one process that will be entire payment process. So what will happen, once payment gateway will receive payment, they will call Alpha Insurance Company API to record that payment in database. Okay, so they will call Alpha Insurance Payment Experience API. That Experience API will call Process API. This Process API will call System API, and then that System API will record that payment in database. Now, if there will be anything in between, like if there will be any error in between, then that payment will not be processed. In that case, status will be pending. But if payment is recorded in Alpha Insurance database, then status will be completed, payment completed. Okay. Now, so what will happen if status is pending? That customer already completed payment, but still status is pending. Since there is some technical error in between, and due to that it's unable to record that payment. So then there will be another API that will be scheduler based API. That API will run continuously and will check how this payment gateway made how many transactions. For each transaction, that API will check how many transactions recorded. If that recorded, then good. If not recorded, then again call Payment Process API to process that payment. Okay, so here I explained in a virtual way, but now we will have clear picture. So this Payment XP API, so once payment gateway will make payment, they will call Alpha Insurance Payment XP API. This XP API will take all the transaction detail and it will call Payment Process API. Now we will apply all the business logic in this API. So here we are following this API LED architecture. So these two are Experience API, these two are Process API, these two are System API. So System API responsible to connect with external system. This Process API where we will apply all the business logic, and this Experience API is responsible to connect with experience system. It can be mobile application, it can be web application. Okay, so for those application we'll create Experience API. So once payment gateway will make will complete transaction, they will call this Payment XP API. Payment XP API will call Payment Process API. Now here we will apply all the business logic. So what business logic we want to apply here? Once this Process API will receive transaction detail, it will check the transaction code is 100 or not. If that is not 100, that means that is not a successful transaction, so don't do anything. But if that is a successful transaction, then first it will call one System API to generate payment reference ID. That payment reference ID will be unique for each transaction, and we will enrich our request payload with this newly generated payment reference ID, and then we will call Record Payment System API to record that transaction in database. Okay, now we have another API, that is Payment Scheduler XP API. This we will discuss later on. First let me discuss this Process API. So this Process API is scheduler based API. So what it will do, it will run every 1 hour, or you can say once in a day, and it will call Payment Gateway System API, okay, to get all the transaction made by this Payment Gateway. So this System API will call Payment Gateway API to get all the transaction made by this Payment Gateway in last 5 days. Okay, once it will get last 5-day transaction, it will call Retrieve Payment System API. This API is responsible to retrieve what all payment recorded in company database. So here also this API will call to get last 5-day transaction made by stored in our database. So at this point, now what we have list of transaction made by Payment Gateway in last 5 days, and list of transaction recorded in Alpha Insurance database in last 5 days. So for example, here we got 100 transaction and here we got 95 transaction. So what does it mean? 5 transaction Payment Gateway made which is not recorded in our Alpha Insurance database. So to record that transaction only we have this API. Okay, so as I told, at this point we have list of all the transaction made by payment gateway and all the transaction recorded in database. So we'll check what all transaction made by payment gateway but not recorded in database. So we will check all those transactions and then we will call this process API, and this process API first again it will generate payment reference ID, it will enrich that transaction detail, and it will call record payment system API to record that in database. So in this way this API will keep checking what all transaction missed and will record that transaction also. Okay, and this system API, this experience API is made to make this process on demand basis. For example, if this process is running once in a day and sometime we will have requirement, I want to start this process on demand basis, like I don't want to wait for, like if it is running once in a day at 12 a.m. I don't want to wait till 12 a.m. so I have some business emergency and I want to process all the missing transaction now. So this experience API will call this process API on demand basis, and this process API will check all the missing transaction and it will call this process API to record that transaction. Okay, so what all things we are going to develop here? We are going to develop 4 system API, 2 process API and 2 experience API. This is our database, Alpha Insurance database, where we will store all the transaction detail. And this is external payment gateway API. This API will give us all the missing transaction detail. All, not only missing, it will give all the transaction made by payment gateway. Okay. Now this is sequence diagram of payment API, payment XP API. So payment XP API will receive request from payment gateway that like they have made transaction and they want to record in Alpha Insurance database. So they will call payment XP API. This XP API will call process API. Now this process API, first it will call generate payment system API. So if you see here, first it will call generate payment and then it will call record payment. So first it will call generate payment and then it will, once it will get response from here, then it will call record payment. Once it will get response from there, then it will complete the process and will send success response to this payment XP API. Now you will say like we are calling 2 external system. Can we use scatter gather here? So we already discussed one point here, if you remember. Make use of MuleSoft out of box capability, and another one is include previous best practice. So here we can see like we are calling 2 API from here. Is it possible to call these 2 API parallelly? If possible, then we should do parallel call. Okay, so what it will do, if we will do parallel call, then it will make our API more effective and our response time will be less for this process API. But here you can see like once you will get response from generate payment system API, then only you will able to call this record payment system API. So request of this system API is depend on this response also. So if we have this kind of dependency, then we can't do parallel call, we can't use scatter gather. So only we have option, that is sequential call, what we are doing here. Okay, so this thing hopefully everyone understand. Next, sequence diagram of payment scheduler. So here again, if you go to this part, so now we are going to discuss this part. So from here to here and then this all call. So first request will come, then request will go to process API, and this process API is scheduler based also, so sometime request will start at this point only. Now you can see here we are calling this API, and parallelly we are calling this API also. We are not waiting for response of this API. We are calling another API also. So here, to call this retrieve payment system API and retrieve payment external gateway API, we don't have any kind of dependency. Okay, if we don't have any kind of dependency, then we can do parallel call. So here we are doing parallel call. If you see here, so this payment scheduler process API want to retrieve last 5-day transaction made by payment gateway and want to retrieve last 5-day transaction recorded in Alpha Insurance database. Okay, so these two calls are not dependent on each other. So that's why we are using here parallel call, and we can use scatter gather activity here. Okay, now this third call we are making after these two call of completion of after these two call, since this third call is dependent on response of these two. Okay, that's why we are doing third call after completion of this. Okay, so what we are doing here, we are calling this payment process API to record that transaction detail in company database, Alpha Insurance database. Once this will be completed, this response will be sent back to this payment XP API, and if it is scheduler based, then process will complete here only. Okay, so here you can see like we have list of API. So first one is payment XP API. Payment gateway will call this API to record payment transaction, and this to experience API will be secured by JWT token. Okay, so first once we will receive, means we have secured API, once we will receive request, first we will validate that JWT token. If it is a valid token, then only we will able to process that API call. Okay, now scheduler payment XP API. Okay, so as I told, we have two experience API, we have two process API. Okay, and then we have 4 system API. One is generate payment. This API will generate payment reference ID. This API will record transaction payment detail in database. This one is retrieve payment detail from database, and then this will retrieve payment external API. So this one will retrieve payment like transaction completed by external API or external gateway, payment gateway. Okay, so this is high level overview of our project. Now other thing we'll see here, as I told, like at the starting of this project. Okay, what we will do, we will create Git server. Okay, so in Git server we will create one organization. This is our organization. So here you can see whatever API we have. Okay, so for each API I have created one repository. So this one is payment XP API, payment scheduler XP API. We have two repository for this two XP API, and then we have payment scheduler process API, payment process API. Okay, these two are process API repository. Okay, and this document folder will contain, this document repository will contain all the required document for this project. So everyone will get access of this. Okay, here you will get this all document. Let me show you. So this list of document you will get. Okay, so this one is project overview. Then this document contains record payment system API, functional design document, and other detail. So this one will contain retrieve payment system API detail, generate payment system API detail. So in this way you will get all the, so here you will get tables detail, what all tables you need to create, and you will get query to insert data and all. Here you will get all the Postman collection. This also I will show you. And then in detail you will get few detail what you are going to use in your development. Okay, so you will go here, you will just copy paste this. I have shared some information here, and then you will get all the RAML here. But I will suggest first go through this entire video series and then create RAML by yourself. If you are not able to do, then follow this RAML. Okay, and then explanation diagram, we have some diagram here, so you will get here. But these all are like document related to different API. Okay, So this document will contain all the related document, and then we have payment process API, retrieve transaction payment system API. So all these are repository for different project or different API, you can say. Okay, now here we have Jira story. Here also what we will do, we will create one organization. So I will, once you will go through all the recording, you will come to know how to create organization, how to create project, and then how to create Jira story. So here you can see we have RAML payments API. So this one is Jira story for RAML creation, this one for generate payment reference ID system API, this Jira story for that particular system API development, this one for retrieve payment system API development, and this one is record payment system API development. These three are tasks. Okay, these four are tasks, and you can see we have some subtasks also. So in this entire series, you will come to know how to create tasks, how to create subtasks, and how to complete. So you can see here status of everything is done. Once you will complete your Jira story, you will make status as a done. Okay, so we'll I will explain everything, how to create Jira story, how to change status and all, how to manage your timing and all, everything we'll do in our complete session. Okay, and RAML part I already told and I already shared in this document. Okay, so here you will get all the RAML, and but better I will suggest once you will go through recording. So I developed all the RAML, so means try to be sync with my video and try to do all the development by yourself. Okay, if you are getting some error which you are unable to resolve, then I will suggest you can take RAML from there. Okay, next. So once you will complete this RAML, once you will complete this Git server creation, so you will have this Git desktop. I already explained all these steps, how to use this Git desktop to clone all your repository in local. Okay, from Git server to local, how to clone and how to take that clone repository in your project, everything I explained. Okay, okay, so following all this, once you will complete all the development and all, then you will go for testing. Okay, so as I told, once you will create RAML, you will do development, and then you will do testing. So for testing we will use this Postman. I already completed all the development. Okay, so here I will show you like how testing will work. So first let me test any system API. So this one is, so let me retrieve payment system API. I am passing this payment reference ID. I am not sure this one exists or not. Yeah, this one exists. So you will get this system API working fine. So in this system API we have some filter condition also, like start date and end date. Let me see if we have any data for this date. Yes, we have data. Okay, if we will change, like if I make it 04 to 03, maybe for this particular month I don't have any data, so you will not get. So these all are filter condition for this system API, so you are not getting any data. Okay, so in this way, like we tested this system API. Let me test another system API. So here you are getting data. Let me test any process API. So we have few process API. So you can see like BAPI. So BAPI means process API. So you can see like we completed this, we recorded this payment in database using this process API. This one is record payment process API. So for this we have experience API also. So we can call from experience API. Here also we are getting like record this date, this transaction detail is record successfully. So this experience API will call this process API, and this process API will call this system API and one more system API, that is generate payment reference ID. So for all API I have created Postman, and you will get that Postman in this folder. Even once you will follow my recording properly, you will get all the you will able to create Postman by yourself also. But if in case you are not able to do, then you will get all the Postman here. You just need to include in your Postman. Okay, so as I told, like requirement gathering, then Jira story creation, then repository creation, RAML, development, testing, then unit testing also you will do. And for this part, code checking also you will see. For this part, I have taken session where I will I explained how CI/CD works, and then what all deployment models we have, and then what all difference we have in this deployment model. So what kind of customer will prefer which kind of deployment model. So I have explained everything. Okay, yeah, thanks everyone.